Spork is written by Kyo Maclear and illustrated by Isabelle Arsenault. This is one of my very favorite books, picture books this fall. Spork's mother was a spoon and his father was a fork. And Spork was a little bit of both. In his kitchen, forks were forks and spoons were spoons. Cutlery customs were followed closely. Mixing was uncommon. Naturally, there were some rule breakers, knives who loved chopsticks and tongs who married forks, but such families were unusual. One day, after the billionth time he was asked, "What are you anyway?" and the zillionth time he was passed over when the table was being set, Spork sighed and thought, it must be easier to be a single thing, and he decided he'd try to pick just one thing to be. So he puts a bowler hat on his head, and the forks think that his head is too round, and he makes himself a paper crown, and the spoons think that his head is too pointy. And he wonders if there are any other lonely creatures out there with no matching kind who never get chosen to be at the table. At dinner time he watches as the forks and spoons get to twirl noodles and pick up peas and have great bubble baths in the sink. And then the next morning, the messy thing arrives. And this messy thing has never heard of cutlery, customs, or table manners. No, this messy thing smeared and spilled and flung and clumped and dripped without a care. Everyone runs and there's chaos in the kitchen as they try to control the messy thing, until finally Spork landed. The messy thing saw Spork and immediately stopped and gurgled. It grabbed Spork and held him motionless in its fists. It tapped him once and let out a tearful shriek. It wagged Spork excitedly up and down. And that's how Spork finally and happily found his way to the table. Just a bit round, just a bit pointy, just right. Spork.